The Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. A Money Mastery Audiobook. Hello, and welcome to Money Mastery Audiobooks, your destination for practical lessons on wealth creation, financial freedom, investing, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. Today's audiobook is called The Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth consistently while others struggle for years, this audiobook is for you. Becoming a self-made millionaire isn't about being born into wealth or getting lucky. It's about developing the right mindset, building powerful financial habits, making wise decisions, and taking consistent action over time. In today's audiobook, you'll discover 6 timeless secrets that many self-made millionaires have used to create financial success. These principles have helped ordinary people achieve extraordinary results, and they can help you build a stronger financial future as well. Before we begin, if you enjoy practical audiobooks about money, investing, financial freedom, and personal development, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Money Mastery Audiobooks, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new release. Your support helps this channel continue creating valuable content to help people around the world improve their financial lives. Now, find a comfortable place to sit back, relax, and focus. Whether you're driving, exercising, working, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, this audiobook has the potential to change the way you think about money and success. Let's begin our journey into the secrets of self-made millionaires. Introduction. Why do some people become millionaires while others spend their entire lives struggling financially? It's a question that has been asked for generations. Many people believe that becoming wealthy requires extraordinary intelligence, a high-paying job, wealthy parents, or simply being in the right place at the right time. While those factors may help some people, they are not the true foundation of lasting wealth. The truth is that most self-made millionaires are ordinary people who made extraordinary decisions consistently over many years. They weren't born with all the answers. Instead, they developed habits that allowed them to earn more, save more, invest wisely, and continually improve themselves. They understood that wealth is not created by one lucky moment but by thousands of smart decisions made day after day. One of the biggest differences between wealthy people and everyone else is the way they think. They see money as a tool rather than a goal. They focus on creating value, solving problems, and building assets that generate income over time. Instead of looking for shortcuts to riches, they embrace patience, discipline, and continuous learning. Building wealth is much like planting a tree. In the beginning, you may not see much progress. You water it, protect it, and care for it every day. Months pass, then years, before it grows into something strong enough to provide shade and bear fruit. Wealth works in much the same way. Small, consistent actions taken over time eventually produce remarkable results. The encouraging news is that these habits are not reserved for a select few. They can be learned by anyone who is willing to change the way they think, manage their money wisely, continue learning, and take consistent action. No matter where you are today, your financial future is not fixed. Every decision you make from this point forward has the potential to move you closer to financial freedom. In this audiobook, we'll explore 6 powerful secrets that many self-made millionaires have in common. These are practical principles that have stood the test of time and can be applied regardless of your age, background, or current financial situation. As you listen, think about how each lesson can fit into your own life. Even one small change, applied consistently, can have a significant impact over the years. Let's begin with the first secret of self-made millionaires: they think differently. Chapter 1, Secret 1, Millionaires Think Differently. The journey to becoming a self-made millionaire begins long before you earn your first $1 million. It begins in your mind. The way you think shapes the decisions you make, the habits you develop, and ultimately the results you achieve. This is why one of the greatest secrets of self-made millionaires is that they think differently from the average person. Many people believe their financial future is determined by circumstances such as where they were born, how much education they received, or the economy they live in. While these factors can influence the opportunities available, they do not determine the final outcome. History is filled with men and women who started with very little and built extraordinary wealth through determination, discipline, and a willingness to learn. Millionaires develop what is often called a growth mindset. Instead of believing that their abilities are fixed, they believe they can improve through learning, experience, and consistent effort. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow rather than a reason to give up. When they fail, they don't see failure as the end of the journey. They see it as feedback that helps them become better. Another important characteristic of self-made millionaires is that they take complete responsibility for their financial lives. They don't spend their time blaming the government, their employer, the economy, or other people for their situation. Instead, they ask themselves an important question: what can I do today to improve my future? This simple shift in thinking gives them control over their lives instead of allowing circumstances to control them. Successful people also think in terms of long-term goals. They understand that real wealth is rarely built overnight. Instead of chasing quick riches or the latest get-rich-quick scheme, they focus on building lasting success. They are willing to delay immediate pleasure for greater rewards in the future. While others spend money on things that lose value, millionaires often invest in assets, businesses, education, and opportunities that can increase their wealth over time. Another secret is that millionaires train themselves to see opportunities where others see problems. Every challenge creates a need, and every need creates an opportunity for someone willing to solve it. Some of the world's most successful businesses were started during difficult economic times because their founders focused on helping people rather than complaining about circumstances. Self-made millionaires constantly ask themselves, what problem can I solve? The bigger the problem they solve, the greater the value they create. Belief also plays a powerful role in building wealth. If you believe that becoming financially successful is impossible, your actions will reflect that belief. You may never start the business, make the investment, or learn the skills needed to change your future. On the other hand, when you believe that wealth can be created through knowledge, discipline, and consistent action, you begin making decisions that move you closer to your goals. Your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. This doesn't mean millionaires ignore risks or expect everything to go perfectly. They understand that setbacks are part of the journey. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, and business owner has experienced disappointment, rejection, or failure. The difference is that they refuse to let those experiences define them. Instead, they learn from their mistakes, adjust their strategy, and keep moving forward. Your environment also influences the way you think. Self-made millionaires intentionally surround themselves with people who encourage growth, ambition, and positive habits. They read books, listen to educational audiobooks, attend seminars, and seek advice from people who have already achieved the results they desire. They understand that if they continue learning, they continue growing. Changing your mindset doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with small daily choices. Choose to focus on solutions instead of excuses. Replace negative thoughts with productive ones. Set clear financial goals and remind yourself of them often. Continue learning new skills and look for opportunities to create value wherever you can. Remember, every millionaire was once a beginner. Every successful investor made a first investment. Every business owner started with a single idea. The journey always begins with a decision to think differently and believe that a better financial future is possible. As we move into the next chapter, we'll discover another habit shared by self-made millionaires: they master their money before expecting money to master itself. Chapter 2, Secret 2, They Master Their Money. Many people dream of becoming millionaires, but surprisingly, earning a high income is not what makes someone wealthy. There are people who earn impressive salaries yet live paycheck to paycheck, while others with more modest incomes quietly build substantial wealth over time. The difference is not simply how much money they make, it's how well they manage the money they have. Self-made millionaires understand a simple principle: if you cannot manage a small amount of money wisely, it becomes much harder to manage a larger amount. Before they focused on making millions, many first learned how to control their spending, save consistently, and make intentional financial decisions. They became masters of their money instead of allowing money to control them. One of the first habits they develop is creating a budget. Although the word budget may sound restrictive, successful people see it differently. A budget is simply a plan for your money. Instead of wondering where their income disappeared at the end of the month, they decide in advance where every dollar or rand will go. They allocate money for essential expenses, savings, investing, and personal enjoyment while making sure they stay within their limits. Budgeting also helps eliminate unnecessary spending. Many purchases are made on impulse rather than necessity. Small daily expenses may seem insignificant, but over weeks, months, and years, they can add up to thousands of dollars or rand. Self-made millionaires regularly review their spending habits and ask themselves an important question: is this purchase bringing me closer to my financial goals, or further away? This simple habit helps them spend with purpose rather than emotion. Another defining characteristic of wealthy people is that they consistently spend less than they earn. This may sound obvious, yet many people do the opposite. They increase their lifestyle every time their income increases, buying larger homes, newer cars, and more expensive possessions. As a result, they remain trapped in a cycle where higher earnings simply lead to higher expenses. Millionaires often avoid this trap. Even as their income grows, they continue living below their means. This doesn't mean they never enjoy their success. Rather, they understand that financial freedom comes from owning assets and having choices, not from impressing others with expensive purchases. They recognize that true wealth is often invisible. It consists of investments, businesses, savings, and assets that quietly grow over time. One of the most important financial habits they practice is paying themselves first. Before spending money on entertainment or unnecessary purchases, they set aside a portion of every paycheck for savings and investments. This habit ensures that building wealth becomes automatic rather than something they do only if money is left over at the end of the month. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow significantly through the power of time and compound growth. Saving money is another cornerstone of financial success. Savings provide security during unexpected emergencies and create opportunities when investments or business ideas arise. Instead of relying on credit cards or loans during difficult times, self-made millionaires often have emergency funds that allow them to navigate challenges without falling into financial hardship. At the same time, they are careful about debt. Not all debt is harmful, but unnecessary consumer debt can become a major obstacle to building wealth. High-interest debt on credit cards and impulse purchases can consume future income and limit financial freedom. Millionaires understand the difference between borrowing money to acquire assets that may increase in value and borrowing money for items that quickly lose value. Mastering money also requires patience. Wealth rarely grows through dramatic financial moves. Instead, it grows through consistent habits repeated month after month and year after year. Saving regularly, investing wisely, avoiding unnecessary debt, and spending intentionally may seem simple, but these habits have helped countless ordinary people achieve extraordinary financial results. Perhaps the greatest lesson in mastering money is understanding that every financial decision matters. Every dollar or rand you earn has a purpose. It can be spent, saved, invested, or wasted. The choices you make today shape the opportunities available to you tomorrow. By learning to manage your money with wisdom and discipline, you create a strong foundation upon which lasting wealth can be built. Now that we've explored how self-made millionaires manage their finances, let's move on to another powerful secret that accelerates wealth creation. In the next chapter, we'll discover why successful people rarely rely on a single source of income and how building multiple income streams can create greater financial security and long-term prosperity. Chapter 3, Secret 3, They build multiple streams of income. One of the biggest financial lessons shared by self-made millionaires is that relying on a single source of income can be risky. While having a stable job can provide security and a regular paycheck, it also means your financial future depends on one employer or one source of money. If that income disappears unexpectedly, your entire financial situation can change overnight. Self-made millionaires understand this risk, which is why many of them work to create multiple streams of income. They don't necessarily build them all at once. Instead, they start with one source of income and gradually add others over time. Each new income stream strengthens their financial foundation and provides greater freedom and security. The first income stream for many people is their salary or wages. This income pays the bills and provides the resources needed to begin saving and investing. Rather than spending every paycheck, successful people use part of their earned income to create future income. They understand that their salary is a starting point, not the finish line. Many self-made millionaires begin by starting a side business while still working full-time. A side business allows them to earn additional income without immediately leaving the security of their job. It may begin as a small online store, a consulting service, freelance work, property management, content creation, or another business based on their skills and interests. Although the income may be modest at first, it has the potential to grow significantly with time and effort. Another powerful income stream comes from investing. Instead of allowing their money to sit idle, millionaires put it to work. They invest in assets that have the potential to generate income or increase in value over the long term. This may include shares in successful companies, investment funds, rental properties, or ownership in businesses. While investments carry risks, patient and informed investing has helped many people steadily grow their wealth over decades. Creating assets is another key principle. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket rather than taking money out. A rental property that generates monthly income is an asset. A business that earns profits without requiring your constant attention can become an asset. A book, an online course, or a digital product that continues to sell long after it has been created can also become an asset. Self-made millionaires focus on building assets because assets continue working even when they are not actively working. Many successful entrepreneurs also understand the value of creating passive or semi-passive income. Passive income doesn't always mean earning money without effort. It usually requires significant work up front before it begins producing ongoing returns. Writing a book, building a YouTube channel, developing software, or creating an online business all require dedication and persistence. However, once established, these assets can continue generating income for years while requiring less day-to-day involvement. Diversification is another important principle. Self-made millionaires avoid depending entirely on one investment, one customer, or one business. They spread their income across different sources to reduce risk. If one investment performs poorly or one business experiences challenges, the other income streams continue supporting their financial goals. Diversification creates stability and makes it easier to navigate economic uncertainty. Building multiple income streams takes patience. The first additional income source may only generate a small amount each month, but consistency makes a remarkable difference over time. One stream can become two can become three, and eventually these income sources may exceed the earnings from a traditional job. This gradual process gives many self-made millionaires greater financial independence and more control over their time. Another habit shared by successful people is reinvesting a portion of their additional income. Rather than spending every extra dollar or rand they earn, they use some of those profits to expand their businesses, purchase more investments, or create new assets. This creates a cycle where one income stream helps fund the next, allowing wealth to grow faster over time. Perhaps the greatest advantage of multiple streams of income is the freedom they provide. Financial freedom is not simply about having more money. It is about having choices. It means having the ability to handle unexpected expenses, invest in opportunities, support your family, and spend more time on what matters most. Every additional income stream moves you one step closer to that freedom. As you think about your own financial future, ask yourself this question: what skills, knowledge, or opportunities do I already have that could become another source of income? You don't need to build everything today. Start with one idea, develop it consistently, and allow it to grow over time. Small beginnings often lead to extraordinary results. In the next chapter, we'll explore another habit that separates self-made millionaires from the average person: they invest with a long-term mindset and allow time to become one of their greatest financial allies. Chapter 4, Secret 4, they invest for the long term. One of the greatest differences between people who build lasting wealth and those who struggle financially is the way they think about investing. Self-made millionaires rarely chase quick profits or overnight success. Instead, they understand that wealth is built over many years through patience, consistency, and smart financial decisions. They allow time to become one of their greatest allies. Many people believe investing is only for the wealthy, but the opposite is often true. Investing is one of the ways people become wealthy. Every dollar or rand that is invested wisely has the potential to grow and generate even more wealth in the future. Instead of allowing money to sit idle, self-made millionaires put their money to work. One of the most powerful concepts in investing is compound growth. Compound growth occurs when your investments earn returns, and those returns begin earning returns of their own. Over time, this creates a snowball effect. What begins as a small investment can grow into a substantial amount simply because you gave it enough time to grow. This is why many successful investors start as early as possible and remain committed for decades rather than trying to get rich quickly. Patience is one of the greatest strengths of self-made millionaires. Financial markets rise and fall. Businesses experience good years and difficult years. Property values change over time. Instead of reacting emotionally to every setback, successful investors stay focused on their long-term goals. They understand that temporary challenges are a normal part of building wealth. Self-made millionaires also invest in assets that have the potential to increase in value or generate income. Some choose to invest in shares of strong companies that continue growing over many years. Others invest in real estate, purchasing properties that provide rental income while increasing in value over time. Some invest in businesses, either by starting their own companies or becoming partners in businesses they believe have long-term potential. Whatever the investment, the goal remains the same: to own assets that work for them. Another important habit is reinvesting profits. Instead of spending every return they receive, millionaires often use those earnings to purchase additional investments. Dividends may be used to buy more shares. Rental income may help fund another property. Business profits may be invested into expanding the company. This cycle of reinvestment accelerates wealth creation because every investment has the opportunity to generate even greater returns in the future. Long-term investors also understand the importance of avoiding emotional decisions. When markets decline or the economy becomes uncertain, many people panic and sell their investments. Self-made millionaires remain calm and focus on their long-term strategy. They know that markets have experienced downturns throughout history, yet patient investors have often been rewarded by staying committed to quality investments over time. Risk management is another important part of successful investing. Millionaires do not place all of their money into a single investment. They diversify across different types of assets to reduce risk. By owning a combination of investments, they protect themselves if one area performs poorly while another performs well. Diversification provides balance and helps preserve wealth during uncertain times. Successful investors also understand that knowledge is one of their greatest investments. Before putting money into any opportunity, they take time to learn about it. They read books, study financial statements, seek professional advice when necessary, and carefully evaluate the potential risks and rewards. They never invest simply because everyone else is doing it. Instead, they make informed decisions based on research and long-term thinking. Perhaps the most valuable lesson about investing is learning to think in years instead of months. Our modern world often encourages instant gratification, but wealth creation rarely follows that pattern. Trees take years to grow. Successful businesses take years to build. Investment portfolios often require decades to reach their full potential. Self-made millionaires accept this reality and remain patient even when progress appears slow. As you build your own financial future, remember that every investment is a seed. Some seeds grow quickly, while others take longer to produce results. The key is to keep planting, keep learning, and keep giving your investments time to mature. Small, consistent investments made over many years can create extraordinary financial freedom. Now that we've explored the importance of long-term investing, let's move to another habit shared by nearly every self-made millionaire. In the next chapter, we'll discover why successful people never stop learning and how continuous personal growth becomes one of the greatest investments they ever make. Chapter 5, Secret 5, They Never Stop Learning. If there is one habit that almost every self-made millionaire shares, it is a commitment to lifelong learning. They understand that the world is constantly changing, new opportunities are always emerging, and the knowledge that brought them success yesterday may not be enough to keep them successful tomorrow. Instead of believing they know everything, they remain curious, humble, and eager to grow. Many people stop learning when they leave school or university, but self-made millionaires see education differently. They know that formal education may help you earn a living, but continuous self-education can help you build wealth. They make learning a daily habit because they understand that increasing their knowledge often increases their value. One of the most common habits among successful people is reading. Many millionaires spend time each day reading books about business, investing, leadership, psychology, communication, history, and personal development. Every book contains years of knowledge, experience, and lessons that can be learned in just a few hours. Reading allows them to benefit from the successes and failures of others without having to experience every mistake themselves. Audiobooks have become another valuable learning tool. Whether driving to work, exercising, or completing everyday tasks, successful people often use their spare time to listen to educational content. Instead of allowing small moments throughout the day to go to waste, they turn those moments into opportunities for growth. Over the course of a year, these small learning sessions can add up to dozens of completed books and hundreds of valuable ideas. Self-made millionaires also focus on learning valuable skills. The marketplace rewards people who solve problems and create value. Skills such as communication, sales, leadership, negotiation, marketing, financial management, and problem-solving are useful in almost every career or business. As these skills improve, opportunities often increase as well. Another important habit is learning from mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved results you hope to accomplish. Instead of trying to figure everything out alone, successful people seek advice from those with experience. They ask thoughtful questions, listen carefully, and apply what they learn. A good mentor can help you avoid costly mistakes, recognize opportunities, and grow more quickly than you could on your own. Personal development is another area where millionaires invest consistently. They understand that building wealth is not only about improving financial knowledge but also about improving themselves. They work on developing discipline, confidence, emotional intelligence, patience, resilience, and strong decision-making skills. These qualities help them remain calm during difficult times and focused on their long-term goals. The world is constantly evolving. New technologies, industries, and ways of doing business appear every year. Self-made millionaires adapt rather than resist change. Instead of fearing innovation, they ask how they can use it to create more value or improve their businesses. They understand that those who continue learning are often the ones best prepared for future opportunities. Learning also requires humility. Successful people are willing to admit when they don't know something. They are comfortable asking questions, researching unfamiliar topics, and changing their opinions when presented with better information. This willingness to keep learning allows them to continue growing throughout their lives. Knowledge alone, however, is not enough. Information becomes valuable only when it is applied. Reading a book about investing will not build wealth unless you begin investing wisely. Listening to a lesson on leadership will not improve your business unless you practice those leadership skills. Self-made millionaires combine learning with action. Every new lesson becomes an opportunity to improve their lives and move closer to their goals. As you continue your own journey toward financial freedom, make learning a lifelong habit. Read regularly. Listen to educational audiobooks. Develop new skills. Learn from people who inspire you. Invest in your personal growth just as you invest your money. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities you are likely to create. Remember that your greatest investment is often not in stocks, property, or businesses. It is the investment you make in yourself. Knowledge can never be taken away from you, and the skills you develop today may continue producing rewards for the rest of your life. In the next and final chapter, we'll explore the last secret of self-made millionaires, why they take consistent action every single day and how small daily habits lead to extraordinary long-term success. Chapter 6, Secret 6, They Take Action Every Day. Knowledge is valuable. Planning is important. Goals provide direction. But none of these things create wealth on their own. The final secret of self-made millionaires is the one that brings everything else together: they take action every single day. Many people spend years waiting for the perfect opportunity. They tell themselves they'll start investing when they earn more money, begin a business when the economy improves, or pursue their dreams when they have more confidence. Unfortunately, that perfect moment rarely arrives. Self-made millionaires understand that progress begins with action, even when conditions are not ideal. They know that small, consistent actions produce extraordinary results over time. Just as a single drop of water seems insignificant but can eventually carve through stone, small daily habits can transform a person's financial future. Saving a little each month, reading a few pages each day, learning one new skill every week, or spending an hour building a business may seem like small efforts, but over months and years, these actions compound into remarkable achievements. Consistency is far more important than perfection. Many people fail because they believe they must do everything perfectly before they begin. They spend months planning instead of taking the first step. Millionaires understand that mistakes are part of the learning process. They would rather make progress imperfectly than remain stuck waiting for perfection. Another quality that separates successful people from everyone else is discipline. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired, while other days you do not. Self-made millionaires don't rely solely on motivation. They build routines and habits that keep them moving forward even when they don't feel like it. They know that success belongs to those who remain consistent long after the excitement of a new goal has faded. Taking action also means facing fear. Every successful entrepreneur has experienced uncertainty before launching a business. Every investor has worried about making the wrong decision. Every leader has doubted themselves at some point. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite fear. Self-made millionaires accept that discomfort is often a sign of growth. Failure is another part of taking action. Every successful person has experienced setbacks. Businesses have failed. Investments have lost value. Plans have not worked as expected. The difference is that self-made millionaires refuse to let failure define them. They study what went wrong, learn the lesson, adjust their strategy, and continue moving forward. They understand that every setback contains valuable experience that can lead to future success. Momentum is one of the greatest rewards of consistent action. The hardest step is often the first one. Once you begin, each completed task builds confidence for the next. Saving your first investment, making your first sale, reading your first financial book, or launching your first project creates momentum that makes future progress easier. Success builds upon success. Successful people also protect their time because they know it is one of their most valuable resources. Money can be earned again, but time cannot be replaced. They prioritize activities that move them closer to their goals and reduce distractions that consume valuable hours without producing meaningful results. They understand that how they spend each day ultimately determines how they spend their life. Action without direction can lead to wasted effort, which is why millionaires regularly review their goals. They ask themselves whether their daily activities align with the future they want to create. If something isn't working, they adjust their approach rather than giving up entirely. Flexibility allows them to overcome obstacles while remaining committed to their long-term vision. As you reflect on everything you've learned in this audiobook, remember that information alone will not change your life. Your future will be shaped by what you choose to do after listening. Every budget you create, every book you read, every investment you make, every skill you develop, and every step you take toward your goals brings you closer to financial freedom. You don't need to change your entire life today. Start with one action. Save your first amount of money. Read one chapter of a book. Learn one new skill. Begin one side business. Take one step toward your dream. Then repeat that process tomorrow, and the day after that. Over time, those small actions can create a life you once thought was impossible. The 6 secrets you've discovered throughout this audiobook are not complicated, but they are powerful. Think differently. Master your money. Build multiple streams of income. Invest for the long term. Never stop learning. And above all, take consistent action every day. These are the habits that have helped countless self-made millionaires build lasting wealth, and they can help you do the same. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this audiobook, let's take a moment to reflect on the 6 powerful secrets that have helped countless self-made millionaires build lasting wealth. The first secret is that millionaires think differently. They develop a growth mindset, take responsibility for their financial future, set clear long-term goals, look for opportunities instead of obstacles, and believe that wealth can be created through consistent effort and wise decisions. The second secret is that they master their money. They create budgets, spend less than they earn, pay themselves first, save consistently, and avoid unnecessary debt. They understand that managing money wisely is the foundation upon which lasting wealth is built. The third secret is that they build multiple streams of income. Rather than depending on a single paycheck, they create businesses, invest in assets, and develop additional sources of income that provide greater financial security and freedom over time. The fourth secret is that they invest for the long term. They understand the power of compound growth, invest in quality assets such as businesses, shares, and property, reinvest their profits, and remain patient while their wealth grows steadily over the years. The fifth secret is that they never stop learning. They read books, listen to educational audiobooks, develop valuable skills, learn from mentors, and continually invest in their personal growth. They know that becoming more knowledgeable and more valuable creates greater opportunities. Finally, the sixth secret is that they take action every day. They don't wait for perfect circumstances. They remain consistent, build productive habits, overcome fear, learn from setbacks, and continue moving toward their goals one step at a time. These 6 principles are simple, but when practiced consistently, they have the power to transform your financial future. Becoming a self-made millionaire is rarely the result of one extraordinary event. Instead, it is the result of ordinary decisions made with extraordinary consistency over many years. No matter where you are today, remember that your future is not determined by your past. Every day gives you a new opportunity to make better financial decisions, learn something new, invest in yourself, and move one step closer to financial freedom. Choose one lesson from this audiobook and begin applying it today. Then build on that success by adding another habit, and another. Over time, those small improvements can produce extraordinary results. Your journey toward financial independence begins with the choices you make today. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the secrets of self-made millionaires. If you found this audiobook valuable, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Money Mastery Audiobooks. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be notified whenever we release a new audiobook filled with practical lessons on wealth creation, investing, financial freedom, entrepreneurship, and personal development. I'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us which of the 6 millionaire secrets inspired you the most, and which one you plan to apply first in your own financial journey. If you know someone who is working toward financial freedom, consider sharing this audiobook with them. You never know how one lesson or one new idea could positively impact someone's future. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being part of the Money Mastery Audiobooks community. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep investing in yourself, and remember that every great fortune begins with a single wise decision followed by consistent action. Your journey to financial freedom starts today.